And that's all their life consists of. What a sorrowful, empty cycle of nothingness. That's all your life consists of. You see, what the book does, it frees you to go beyond those things, brothers and sisters. It frees you to look beyond the curtain, the veil. It frees you to know more about this universe than you could have ever imagined. When I say universe, I'm talking about under the dome. Okay, I'm talking about the things under the firmament, all right? Things above the firmament. But it frees you to be able to see yourself, to see the majesty of what Elohim has for you. I mean, our book talks about, we can walk on water. Our book talks about we can speak to mountains. Our book talks about we can speak to the weather. Our book talks about we can say something and it will manifest. Our book says that we can judge something and it will be condemned. Our book says that we can come to the greatest of all greatest, Elohim, and he will listen. And these devils out there, many devils who want to attack the men and women of Elohim, want to tell us we're caught up in religion or churchianity or some type of social organization, some affiliation to some demonic society, under the dome of Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, Judaism, and every other kind of activism that has nothing to do with truism. When you hear us talking, you're hearing the truth. When you hear that, when you see the power of Elohim, you will know the truth. And if you hear the truth and you know the truth, then you should be the truth. And that's what we are as believers. That's what we stand for. Don't give a damn about no religion and titles. If you walk beside me on any given day at any given time, I can assure you the last thing you're going to be saying is DFG is religious. That's the last thing you're going to say. Spend some time with me, you'll really see, no, he ain't religious. He's just a man of Elohim. But that brother out here grinding, that brother's out here doing, that brother's out here, fighting back the beast of doubt. That brother's out here encouraging his brothers and sisters, to walk high with their heads up, to stand strong, to understand no weapon formed against them is going to prosper. Now, the weapon we talking about is all this craziness that all of us are dealing with. Now, we'll tell you something like no weapon formed against you going to prosper, right? And you niggas say amen. We ain't talking about no damn amen. We're not talking no religion. We're telling you all that shit you going through, all them problems that you have. But we're telling you that you can fight and beat those problems back if you knew who you were and the power that you have in your hands through your relationship with whom you are or whose you are. It's got nothing to do with no religion. And I got to say that over and over and over again. We talk about this paganistic foolishness that robs us of our power. That's why we tell you, don't do it. When you celebrate those, what you're doing is you're strengthening the gods of this world. Those demons that you claim get in your ass, these demons that you always talking about, you're fighting against. That's who you're strengthening. Every time you practice any religious custom, ritual, or ceremony, any of them, including the holidays. Every time you give recognition to that, all you're doing is giving your power over to the demons, and those demons are using that power against you and your children and our people. That is why we tell you don't do it. Not because, it's got something to do with some religion or some cult, like some of them dumb idiots. I don't even know how to express it any harder than I'm expressing about cults and religion. I can't stand that shit. How about that? I detest it. I wouldn't pee on it if it was on fire. A Christian coming around me trying to tell me about Jesus and God, if that joker caught on fire, I'd probably throw some water on him, and then I'd walk away saying, you dumb, stupid idiot. All this time you still don't know Elohim yet? Sort of like what Yeshua told, Thomas. Been around with you all this time, you still don't know me? All this time, you guys still don't know that the book is not about religion? That those of us who share the word of Elohim with you are not religious all this time, and y'all still don't know that? Why? Because you confuse us with those wolves that you serve on Sundays. You confuse us with those wolves who your mom and your daddy forced you to go sit under on Sundays. You confuse us with, with those demon societies that your mom and dad were a part of, including clubs and social clubs and sororities and fraternities, or whatever other kind of, deep, dark, Baal Boule worshiping, idolatrous associations that they needed to feel like they were somebody, including the NAACP and the SCLC and the Urban Leagues and all these other demonic driven, hostile environments put in play to keep our people in check. And their filthy, wicked ass leaders who they use as spokesperson to lie to you under the guise of Reverend Al Sharpton, Reverend Jesse Jackson, Reverend Dr. King, Reverend Jamal Bryan or T.D. Jakes or whatever damn line names they use. Nothing new under the sun. And now they got these same devils trying to ruin the last vestiges that many of you have to get to Elohim, your soul, by changing your DNA, by putting stuff in your body to change your DNA, so when it's time for Elohim to come and redeem the people, you're going to fight against Elohim because you're not even going to know it's Elohim, because they're going to have put something in you that's going to blind you to the truth, and then you're going to be believing a lie, and you're going to hate the coming of the Redeemer. That's what's going to happen to you. That's exactly what their intentions are. And then they're going to put forth the demons of the past, as it was in Noah's time, the Nephilim, the giants, the Anakis. They're going to put all those demons back in front of you, and they're going to tell you, these are the people that created you. Aliens. And many of you, because your bodies will have already changed, your ability to think cognitively, in other words, common sense, you're not going to be able to do it because you're going to be changed. You're going to be a total different human being. That's why the book said that all of them are going to take the mark. The book said every man going to take that mark that doesn't have Elohim, message in his forehead or in your mind. Say they're going to, rich, poor, the babies, the adult, as they're doing right now. All of them going to take it. All of them. Many of you going to take it. I'm talking about the mark of the beast. I ain't talking about that other thing. You already did that, most of you. And we're trying to tell you that is put in play to change you inside out. Why you think they're going so hard on it? Why you think they're pushing so hard on it? You can't turn on the news without hearing that shit. Scare tactics, lies. Your eyes tell you what they say is not true. But once you start doing it, ultimately you're going to start fighting against it. And before, how you say it? If you want somebody to believe a lie, repeat it over and over. Make the lie big, repeat it over and over, and the people will believe it. But it's still a lie. Again, if you want people to believe a lie, say make the lie as ridiculous as it could possibly be. And then keep on repeating it over and over, and ultimately the people will believe it, just like they're doing. Telling big, juicy, fat lies with their false data. And the people saying, see, you see what they said? You see? Who you see? Have you ever thought for 1 second, my sister, my brother, talking about the DNA changing thing? Have you ever given any consideration to what your actual eyes are seeing, what you're seeing? I'm not talking about somebody who you know that died. We all know people that have died. We've been knowing people that have been dying our entire life. That's not enough evidence to validate what they're telling you. People die every day. They've been dying every day. Not a day. I think I was looking at a stat, and I kid you not, I think the stat was somewhere in the neighborhood about 1 million people die every day on this planet. So how is that enough to get you to not trust your own eyes and believe their lies? Did not, Paul warn us that because they hated the truth, which is the word of Elohim, that Elohim would cause them to believe the lies that they are hearing? and to believe that the lies are the truth? See, we come at you with the word because we're trying to tell you, don't believe the lies. We come at you with the word to tell you, don't participate, in things that weaken us as a nation, and that empowers our enemies. That's why we're here. We're here as your true fighters, men and women of Elohim. We are the real fighters. We're the real warriors. We're the ones who really have the real passion for us, or compassion, better said. Passionate, compassionately. We're the ones. Those people out there telling you to do this and go do that because of whatever rationale or whatever lies they're telling, they don't care nothing about you. They're trying to enrich, the people who sponsor whatever it is, that's going to put money in their coffers. These people just, siding up with the bankers and the other industries that can enrich themselves by you participating in their agenda. And I guarantee you they ain't putting things inside of their children, because they're going to use their children to control your children when your children become soul slaves, because they can no longer think independently. They can no longer, use their cognitive skills, think fundamental truths. They will not be able to do it because they're changing on the inside. And I heard earlier today they were talking about not serving alcohol on the planes anymore, on flights, because of the violence. And the question should come back, you're not seeing that something is happening to mankind? I mean, people have been drinking alcohol on planes since they've been flying planes. Hell, the damn pilots, most of them are drunk flying. But now all of a sudden, because violence is going up on the planes now, well, what do you think is making these people so violent all of a sudden? Could it have something to do with what's been going on the last 2 years with their mandates and the changing people? Could it have something to do with that? Have you ever given any consideration to that? Because I would venture to tell you, I guarantee you that's what it is. And it's only going to get worse. When the book says the love of our people would wax cold. Now, what would cause your love to wax cold? And your love, you waxing cold, I mean, you don't even care about your own children. You don't care about your mother, your father. You're not going to care about nobody. You're not going to care about your man. You're not going to care about your woman. It says that the love will wax cold. What could cause your love to wax cold in the last days for no reason? Surely not debauchery. Hell, the debauchery has been going on forever and a day. That didn't stop you from loving. Hell, they got some of the worst criminals out here love their families. Right? But the book says that the love of many, the majority, many and majority, same word, will wax cold. In other words, they will have no love to share or to give. They will have no conscience about, the concept of love. What could make that happen? What could cause that to happen? Have you given that any thought or any consideration? Again, we were warned that these things would happen in the last days. So again, let me end where I began. I am not about religion. I am not about church. I am not about whatever the hell you think I'm about, because I bring forth the truth. What I am about is standing as a vanguard for my people and warning my people to survive the storm that's coming. Wanting my people to be able to receive everything that creation intended for them to have, and knowing and trying to bring forth that knowledge, because I know that in us receiving that knowledge, many of us will come back. I'm talking about the few, but those few. There won't be many in terms of the world's population, but it won't be you or me by ourselves. So those of us who are bringing forth the truth, talking about who are in the truth, Sister Hammond, people like, I don't know too many other people out there. I have to be honest with you. You know, I don't know who you're listening to and your channels you're listening to. I know everybody, if you love Elohim, you want to get fed. I get it. But I wouldn't trust most of the people, because if you listen to them and listen carefully, first of all, they don't have a clue what they're talking about. You know, they're reading to you out the book, and then they're trying to attach it to what's going on right now. And I think we all agree most of them don't make any sense at all. There's nothing inside of you that's saying, yeah, they're right. Only thing that you can agree with, yeah, I heard that at church. Yeah, I've been believing that. Yeah, my mom and them used to say that. But all this, and they're just repeating the same lies of the liars of our past. That's why you're believing in these holidays, because holidays are passed down from generation to generation. There's no new revelation in celebrating Christmas. Think about it. That's just something that was passed down. That's just a custom, a ritual, a tradition that was passed down from your mamas and your pappies or whoever else it was, your grandmother. I don't know where you got it from, the televisions, you know, media, mainstream media, you know, the merchandisers who stand to profit as they take your nickels and your pennies that you can't afford to give to them to buy junk that nobody's going to want December 26th. And the beat goes on, the deception goes on. And so, you know, what I'm saying is that, you know, don't confuse us with those people. We're not those people. All right? We're not those people. You know, I'm going to tell you who we are again. We're you. We are you. The only difference between us and you is that our eyes are open and we see the deception. We understand, you know, their agenda. And we're willing to stand up against it. And so many of you are not. That's the difference. And we know that in any path or any journey that you're trying to take, you have to have a map. You have to have, you know, something, a guide to get you there. Especially if you know your destination. And our book is that guide and that map to get us back to where we were originally put on this planet, or this flat earth, to do. And that was to rule and have dominion, to be fruitful and to multiply, to replenish and to enhance, to build and not to destroy. And that's what we're trying to get us back to. So call us your helpers. Call us the people, you know, who are there for you, if you're going to call us anything. But calling us religious or Bible toters or whatever, religious or whatever other term they use for us, is an insult to our intelligence. And in our minds, it makes you look small-minded, makes you look like a simpleton. Because we're sitting there, how many times do we have to tell them this is not about religion? This is about, you know, your own well-being, the well-being of our people. It's about, you know, the strengthening of your mind, strengthening of your body, the building of your family, re-empowering your soul, your ability to connect with creation and the creator of creation, Elohim. Now, how and why is that something that you would reject or detest? Why? Why does that sound so unpleasant to your ears? Is it because you love the traditions of men more than the things of Elohim? Is it because you see yourself being greater than Elohim? Just asking. As I was saying, asking for a friend. But in the end, but really I'm not asking for a friend. I'm asking you as a friend. Why? Why is it so hard, you know, just to open up your eyes? Why is it so hard to at least consider what we're saying? Why is it so hard, you know, to change? Don't you know that anything that refuses to change is considered a dead thing? So are you alive? If you're alive, that means your mind should be open to knowledge. Your mind should be open to learning. You know, it's why, remember we talked about that yesterday, And I think it was Matthew chapter 8 when Yeshua told the man who wanted to go back and bury his dead father, and he told him, no, let the dead bury their own dead. Elohim sees a person closed-minded as a dead person, because again, if you're not changing, you're dead. If you're complacent, you're dead. If you're caught up in religion, rituals, traditions, you're dead. Our book says that the Messiah came to bring the knowledge of life, and so that we would have it more abundantly, a full and better life. That's why he also stated that he came to save but the lost sheep of Israel. But, you know what but means? When someone says, I'm coming, but I got to do something first. See, that but tells you there's something else. The purpose is something else. The purpose is whatever it is came after but. When Yeshua said, I came but to save the lost sheep of Israel, what are you saying? There is nothing else he's here for but that. To save you, to direct us back. And just Israel. He didn't say I came back to save the lost world. He could have easily said that. He said the lost sheep of Israel. You know what that is? That's our people who are caught up in religion, caught up in, rituals, idolatry, sorcery, witchcraft, voodoo, hoodoo, judo, occultivism, social organizations, which is founded by Baphomet. If you go back and look at Freemasonry, you go back and look at these fraternities, you go back and look at these, social clubs, Zulu and all of them, I guarantee they're going to go back to some demon that you didn't know was back there that was controlling all of that. And everyone who swears an oath to that, everyone who's ordained into that, all of those who are, have crossed over into that belongs to the demons. And yeah, they'll give them a little success here. They'll have, access to different things here. But you know what they're trading for that access? They're trading their souls. And if you're part of those organizations, those societies, you have sold your soul, including entertainment industry. Let me be clear. And that's athletics and anything else that's a form of entertainment to preoccupy the people so that the people, are distracted and not recognizing and identifying with Elohim. In other words, they're not giving honor, they're not giving their praises, they're not giving their adoration, to anything or any entity but Elohim. Because everything else is called idolatry. That's why they call them idols. That's my idol. I'm a fan. Right? The truth hitting right in front of your face. But again, like Paul warned us, because men hate the truth. Elohim said he's gonna give him over to a strong lying spirit, a spirit of delusion. You know what delusion means? Delusion means you're gonna think it's the truth, but it's a lie. You're gonna think you're doing the right thing, but you're doing the wrong thing. That's what a delusion is. You're gonna believe that what you heard is be the truth when really what you heard was a lie, but you're no longer able to research it. So you're just going to accept it. They say make the lie big, repeat the lie over and over, and the people are going to believe it. What's bigger than Christmas? What's bigger than New Year's? Just ask them. These are lying deceptions telling you that it has something to do with the Creator, and it has absolutely nothing to do with the Creator. It has everything to do with the death and murdering of the people of Elohim. I told you about Saturnalia. We were sacrificed during those festivals, I might add. They were feeding our ancestors to lions doing that, setting our ancestors on fire, barbecuing our ancestors. That was how they celebrated Saturnalia. Our people, the Israelites. And when you celebrate Christmas, the joke is really on our ancestors. That's why in Revelation they said that they were asking, Elohim, how long will he before he avenged them on this earth? And he said, for a time. It's going to be a little while longer. It's in Revelation. Go read it for yourself. Our ancestors are saying, Elohim, how long is it going to be before you avenge us for what they did to us? You say, for a time. You say, I want the rest of your people going to have to go through it first. And then when the rest of your people go through it, then we're going to be able to separate, the winners from the losers, the believers from the unbelievers. And then I'm going to end it. I'm a believer. I'm a winner. Because I believe the truth. I believe the word. I've seen it. I walk it. I understand it. And I just didn't walk into this, guys, 10, 15, 20 years ago like some of the people you believe. I've been teaching this. And I am not exaggerating. I've been teaching this for 37 years. 37 years. I've been studying this, growing in this. And yes, I started off where many of you are right now, believing in white Jesus, believing in, church and religion. I was Catholic and Baptist and Pentecostal and non-denominational, and then an unbeliever. Talking about, I don't know if I was never an unbeliever. That's, but I didn't believe nothing had nothing to do with anything for just a short period of time. And of course, I shook it off by the grace of Elohim. But we're at a time now. We're in the last days. You don't have time to be messing around. Satan knows his time is short. All these demons on this earth, there are a lot of demons walking around. Many of us look like people, and they're not real people. A lot of you are sleeping with them, talking with them, working for them. And you don't realize they're demons. They know they're demons. When you're not around, if you understood some of the things that they are thinking, you probably have a heart attack. But these are the same people who are eating children, murdering our people, stealing body parts, taking eternal organs. I know you don't believe that happens. All right, believe what you want. But there's a black market, and a big black market for body parts. A big black market, a big underground market for body parts. Your eyes, your nose, your lips. You don't believe me. Your ears, your fingers, your elbow, your liver, your heart, your stomach. I'm telling you, your feet, your toes, your eyes. I think I said eyes already. I'm telling you, there's a big black market for your body part, especially the Israelite body part, because they know that our body part has the ability to regenerate, to heal, and the fact, and it's very durable, because you were made in the image and the likeness of Elohim. Really, the truth of it, you were not intended to die. That's why Henrietta Lacks, remember Henrietta Lacks, the gene lady? How remember Oprah Winfrey, they did a documentary and a movie on her a while back, Henrietta Lacks, how her genes were like multiplied to like millions and millions, and they're using her genes for all kinds of scientific, cures, medical cures from that one woman, one Israelite woman. And they made it sound like she was some anomaly. An anomaly is an exception. They made it sound like she was an anomaly. No, she was one of many. That's why they want your babies in them abortion clinics. Why do you think half the abortions are our children when our people represent only 13% of the population? How are we 50% of the abortions? Because they know that melanin and that DNA that we have can save them. They can't produce it. Why you think they're going after our men and our women? Why you think they're trying to do this interracial thing all of a sudden? They're dying out. They can't reproduce. So to save themselves, they're going through our genes and using our genes to reproduce for them. But it's backfiring on them because it's still going to eliminate them, and they know it. So they got to come up with some other scheme. And they're working on it. AI, transhumanism, bestiality, they're working on it. You can believe that. Neuralink, they're working on it. And if Yah didn't come back, they would succeed. But he's going to come back before they're done. But in the meantime, we're just challenging you to open your eyes. Isaiah said we had eyes, but we could not see. We had ears, but we could not hear. So what we're trying to do is get you to open your eyes. That's what these lessons and teachings are about. We're trying to get you to open your ears and hear what we're saying, not drown us out because you're caught in your traditions or beliefs that's not founded upon anything but your opinion. You know what they say about opinions? They're like assholes. Everybody has one. You got to go beyond your opinion if you really want to, be respected for being intelligent. Solomon said, with all you're getting, get an understanding. Okay, knowledge without an understanding is worth absolutely nothing. What we're doing is pushing you to follow after the knowledge, to seek after the knowledge, not after us. We're not recruiting you. We're trying to influence you to think for yourself. And the only way we can do that is to teach you from the book. That's why constantly when we're talking to you, we tell you, get the book. Go look at it in the book. I mean, how many of you guys who listened to the video yesterday, the message yesterday from the channel, eyes were open about judging? You didn't know that we could judge, and the book said we could, and that we're going to judge angels. The book told us we weren't supposed to take our family members to court. You didn't know that. But then if you follow the channel, or you go back and look at yesterday's message, I showed you where it was written. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, I want to say verse 3. Say we don't take our people to these unjust courts, the heathens' courts. That we're supposed to go to the elders, our own people, seasoned in life, knowledge of our book, our laws, our statutes, and our commandments, and we would go to them to get a decision on what is right and what is wrong. That's what we're instructed to do. But you didn't know that. That's why it's important to open up your ears and at least give consideration to what we're saying. See, that's called having an understanding. Not just knowledge. Yeah, I know all about that stuff. But do you have an understanding about what you know? Or you just know it? Like somebody say, yeah, I know it rains, but do you know what makes up rain? Right? So it's time to open up your eyes, open up your heart. Stop stigmatizing your brothers who love you, your sisters who love you enough to share and bring forth the truth. We don't appreciate you stigmatizing us, putting us into these religious categories, associating us with demagogues, lying devils, wolves in sheep's clothing. We may be a lot of things, but we're not that. That's your Jamal Bryants and your Creflo Dollars, your T.D. Jakes, your Lester Loves, your Robert Blakes, and all the rest of them devils. All of them who are ordained, who are bringing you into these buildings and fleecing you, robbing you, stealing from you, lying to you, and refusing to tell you who you truly are. They don't even teach about wickedness anymore. And trying to convince you to do things to change your DNA so that you can reject Elohim when he does come back. Because you won't know that's who it is. You're going to hate him. So come in now. Open your eyes now while you still have a chance. Because the days are getting darker. Time is passing by faster. How many of you guys, you don't notice how fast the days are passing right now? As soon as you wake up, think about it. When it's time for bed, you be like, damn, the whole day is gone already. And I know you think, well, it's just my imagination. No, it isn't. The book says, go read Matthew chapter 24. Yeshua said, except the days be shortened, no flesh would be saved. He said the days would be shortened. Go read it. Don't take my word for it. As I've told you with everything I've ever tried to tell you, go to the book. Go read it for yourself. Your brother didn't write it. Praise you, I didn't write it. All glory to Elohim. But I have been, because I asked and desire to be one of the many to share it. And that's what we're doing. We're just sharers of the words. We're the ones who come out. We're your watchmen. We're the ones who love you enough to tell you the truth, even if you don't want to hear the truth. Amen? So enough of the religious, dogma being applied to us. Because every time I think you coming at me like that, I'm gonna give you some choice words. Just like Yeshua gave those Pharisees who were trying to stigmatize him, telling him that, he was some kind of religious zealot. He said, no, you ain't nothing but a bunch of serpents. You ain't nothing but a bunch of vipers. You're nothing but a bunch of dead man dog. How you said dead bones and white and soap chickens. He said, you're nothing but dung, which means shit in our time. He told him that. He took whips. He was beating them out of the temples, beating them out because that's where the people were following him. So he was turning over the tables. He was wrecking their buildings. He was calling them dogs. He did all of that stuff because he was that disgusted with religion and religious customs. And each of us should feel the same way he felt. Especially if you call yourself Christ-like. Christian. Then if you're a Christian, then you should be doing what he did. He was against them. He did not conform. He was a non-conformist. If they went one way, he went the other way. That's what he meant, was straight as the gate, narrow is the path that leadeth to everlasting life, and few people would find that pathway. That's what he meant. He was going against them, not with them. We're not supposed to be going with this world and celebrating the things of this world. We're supposed to be doing just the opposite, to save ourselves and to save our people. I hope you join us. I hope you'll join us. I hope you'll take these messages, and I hope that you will share them to your friends, to your families. I hope you will download them and save them, and so that when you start feeling weak or starting questioning yourself and need some inspiration, that you go back to these messages and replay them for yourself as well. But whatever you do, don't do nothing. That makes you complacent. That makes you stagnant. That makes you dead. That makes you impotent. That makes you ineffective. That makes you useless. Come out from among them. That cycle, that they're in that vicious cycle of repetitiveness, insanity, doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. Many going to work. I got to keep on working, so that maybe one day I can have enough money I can quit. Now, if you keep on doing the kind of work you're doing, you're not. How can you ever be able to quit? Your money is just enough just to pay your bill, to keep you going back over and over. How is that going to get you ahead? And that's set up intentionally. That's the system. They want you to be doing what you're doing. They don't ever want you to break free of a job just over broke. J-O-B, just over broke. They don't want to end that. They want their children to be supreme while your children stay in perpetual poverty. Believing on maybe if he can play football real good or basketball real good or go get some degree, that they could be successful and have a great life and break the cycle of poverty. Never tell you about those children who get to those degrees, which are not of Elohim, I might add, end up in so much debt, they'll never be able to be what you would consider wealthy. Most of these, so-called clinics and doctors and dentists where you go, them folk don't have no disposable income. Them people are working most times 6 days a week, sun up to sundown, just to be able to keep their business afloat and just to have enough money to buy food and pay their mortgage and maybe go on vacation once a year, somewhere that's not too expensive. And they got you under the illusion that if you become a lawyer or you become a doctor or something, you're going to be wealthy. Please, there are more lawyers out there than you can poop out in any given year. All of them out there, ambulance chasing, trying to hustle for any dollar they can get, and will lie and do anything to get it. And that's what you think is honorable. These are delusions. These are deceptions. These things are set out there as distractions. True wealth, true prosperity comes from your walk before Elohim and his ability to give you wisdom on how to not only attain wealth, but to sustain it. He said, I came that you might have life and that you would have it more abundantly. The blessings of Elohim make a man rich, adds no sorrow with that. A man or woman of Elohim will have witty inventions and witty ideas, and they will stand before kings and great men. That's what your book teaches you. But that ain't what your pastor teaching you. He's just going to tell you some lie about, shall a man rob God? Plant your seed. And it's going to bring forth fruit. And you've been planting seed for how long? You didn't have to plant no seed to get what most of you guys have. You got that because of your hard work. You didn't get that because you planted no damn seed. Stop going to work and see if that planting seed at church is going to keep that job for you. Violate policies and rules at work and see if those seeds you plant in that church is going to bring you prosperity. You're over there giving them your money and busting your ass and believing a lie. They're telling you that the money you're getting to pay your bills is blessing from Elohim. Goodness gracious, boy, that's a hustle. That's a con game. You've been duped. You've been hoodwinked, as Malcolm said. It's time to wake up and smell the bacon. Breakfast time. Breakfast kitchen cooking. Turkey bacon, not pig. Time to open up your eyes and your ears. Okay? Come join the team. All right? Get in the book. You know what I'm saying? Support this channel. You follow me? Like the channel. Get these algorithms going so more people will hear it. So that Yah can restore us back. Remember 2 Chronicles 7 and I want to say 14? Right? My people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face. Then I will heal their land. Then I will hear them from heaven. I'll restore them. That's all we're doing. That's all we're talking about right here. But we cannot practice idolatry, witchcraft, sorcery, rituals of devils, strengthening demons, through sacrificing things to them. Your money given to these organizations, your money, given to these corporations, those are sacrifices. That's offerings that you're giving. And you're giving it to the devil, thinking that you're helping your children and making somebody happy. You just want them to be happy. You just want them to know you love them. If you want to really show them real love, come out from among that stuff and turn them to where they should be turned, to Elohim for their blessings, to practicing our customs according to our book, so that we will get our energy back, so we can fight against the darkness that is to come, so that our DNA will not be changed. You will not forget who you are, and you will not forget who Elohim is. But you're going to have to do something about that right now. And if you started already, you're on that journey of stage 4 that they're pushing. All I'm going to say to you, I hope it's not too late. I hope you haven't gone too far. I don't know. You tell me. Can you stop the madness for yourself? Think about what's going on in your body right now. The chaos that's in your immune system right now. Your immune system is probably like, what in the hell is she doing? What's going on? I don't know if I'm sick. Am I sick? Am I well? What's wrong with me? I don't know. I didn't know I was sick. Why are you putting this in me? I'm not sick. I'm not sick. Stop. You're killing us. Too bad you can't hear it. I wish your internal organs, and I wish your DNA had a voice that could scream and cry out to you and tell you, how it's feeling right now and warn you of the danger that you're doing to it. I wish it could, because then you would stop listening to them demons on the outside. But since it can't, you're going to have to count on your brothers and sisters if you want to stand a chance. All right? That's all I got. I admit I'll be ranting, and I'm not trying to rant. We're not religious. We don't believe in no religion. None. Zero. We're not in a cult. We don't give a damn about cults. If a cult was on fire, I wouldn't pee on a cult. I'd let it burn to the ground. We don't believe in no man. All right? We're not a part of any societies. We believe that we are the people of the book, the true Israelites. And we believe that everything in that book is about us and our ancestors. Every promise in that book, it pertains to us, and every judgment in that book is applied to us. That's what we believe. Amen? All right. That's all I got. I'll be back. Share the video. Thumb the video up. Save it. Download it. Listen to it again and again and again. Go and research what I'm saying to you. Go into your book. and tell me what it says. See if I'm misleading you. Or if I loved you enough to tell you the truth. How about that? Somebody loving you enough, caring enough about you to tell you the truth. Isn't that a very noble idea in these days of liars? Amen? All right, brothers and sisters. DFG, talk to you later. Bye now.